Pandemics, such as coronavirus, SARS, and H1N1, have caused many deaths over the years. The cause of any pandemic is a deadly bacterium or virus that usually spreads from person to person, eventually spreading around the world. There are, however, measures we can take to prevent or limit the terrible effects of the pandemic. We must make sure that we do all we can as a society and play our part to end the current disease, as all historic pandemics have proven to be devastating. Today we are going to tell you about 8 common yet effective ways which you can tackle disease and ensure your safety. Number 8. Impose a curfew. Implementation of lockdown or curfew is one of the most important measures we can take to avoid public gathering in any epidemic. Imposing a curfew will reduce the number of social gatherings in order to not further spread a deadly plague. The effect of any plague can be minimized if we implement a curfew. Number 7. Self-isolate early. Isolating yourself early will prove to be a safe choice in any pandemic. Some celebrities, social media personalities, and athletes have chosen to isolate themselves and avoid human interaction as much as possible. One renowned footballer, Cristiano Ronaldo, has implemented this safety measure to stay free from the coronavirus and also to protect his loved ones. He is in self-quarantine with his family to avoid any social interaction. Early self-isolation is the safest remedy for any epidemic. Number 6. Don't hug or shake hands. Any pandemic that human history has ever witnessed is caused by a type of bacterium or virus that has spread from person to person around the world. One way the current pandemic disease, coronavirus, spreads is from droplets, which come from people's mouths and noses. To avoid getting infected, one must avoid human interaction, including the practices of handshakes, hugs, or any other social custom of interaction that involves close contact. Number 5. Ban ceremonies, sporting events, concerts, and any large events. Human gatherings of any form, any type of large gathering, from wedding ceremonies to sporting events, should be terminated in the case of a pandemic. We should make sure that all activities where there is any chance of human interaction must be avoided. For example, in several countries, the number of cases of infected patients in the current pandemic increased because the population didn't avoid social gatherings early on, and soon the pandemic escalated, which resulted in the huge number of deaths. Number 4. Close all airports. All of the airports should be shut down immediately in the event of pandemic. All types of travel should be banned. Countless cases are spread by international travel, and even travel within a country. A huge number of people get infected this way because they don't stop traveling. Traveling is a major contributor to pandemic. Number 3. Avoid eating food prepared outside your home. People need to understand how serious a pandemic is and how catastrophic it can prove itself to be for every country. You should cook and eat at home in your own space and avoid restaurants and street food vendors, etc. All hotels, bars, and restaurants should be closed so that people do not have any other option. But still, it must be said that everyone must eat at home. Number 2. Wash hands frequently. Bacteria and viruses can only be killed by maintaining excellent hygiene. Using hand sanitizers and soap and water is crucial and will prove beneficial for you. You should carry hand sanitizer with you and make sure that you are using it often to sanitize your hands. Hand washing, though, with soap and warm water is preferable even to hand sanitizer, so use those when they are available. Infectious diseases can be washed away by using soap, warm water, and hand sanitizer frequently. And number 1, practice social distancing with everyone. Social distancing means that you should maintain a reasonable distance from everyone, and that includes family members too. People must understand that any disease can spread from human touch and interaction, and the person can catch the disease anytime and from anyone. Don't eat together, don't eat outside. Avoid all activities which contain the slightest possibility of interaction with any other person. All the members of each family should make sure that they maintain a proper distance from each other. Pandemic diseases cannot be controlled if we don't control and limit human interaction. But with diligence and good practices, diseases can be brought to an end.